And just take a moment to maybe move the flesh from your bones as you're coming to your seated posture. You can rest your hands on your thighs or your knees. And just maybe take a moment to rock gently from side to side. And then as you rock back to the center this time, just allow the body to come into stillness. And you can sit with a sense of openness and awakeness, alertness by lifting your spine a bit. Imagining that you're stretching the crown of the head upwards towards the sky. And then keeping this length, allow the rest of the body to relax, to sink into your seat. Maybe feeling how gravity is pulling your body down and let it be heavy. Feeling the weight of your body as you're sitting here. And inviting the buttocks to relax down, the legs, the feet. As best as you can, allow them to comfortably rest on the earth through the mat beneath you. You can feel your arms and your hands resting easily. Your eyes and facial muscles relaxed. And then begin to bring attention into your belly and just connecting there with the movement of the sensations of your breathing. Perhaps noticing the belly inflate like a balloon on the inhale. And as you exhale, drawing all the breath out of the belly again, deflating the balloon. Maybe even slightly drawing the belly button in towards the spine to squeeze out all the air. And then breathing the balloon, the belly big again, inflating it. And as you exhale, just deflate the balloon, let all the air come out again, out of the belly. And just perhaps take a few more breaths in and out of the belly, really filling the belly with each in-breath. And then squeezing the belly button in towards the spine to really let go of all the exhale. And then we'll move into a 3-part yogic breaths from here. So next time the inhale comes, breathe big into the belly again. And then lift the breath into the side body, expanding here. And then drawing it all the way up into the chest, maybe even lifting your chest slightly. And then as you exhale, just release all the air out from the chest, down the ribs, and all the way back into the belly. And we'll just breathe these 3-part yogic breaths several times and really imagining that you're filling your whole body with energy on the in-breath. And as you exhale, you're just releasing any tension, any tightness, just letting go. So breathing in big and becoming taller, really opening, energizing the body. And then as you exhale, allow the breath all the way out again from the chest through the ribs down into the belly. Just a couple more 3-part yogic breaths as Ming and Kelly have joined us. And let me see who else is here. Patty is here. Wonderful. Okay, we have quite a group today. So just a couple more rounds in a seated posture of the 3-part yogic breaths. And then just relax with your next exhale. We're just going to place our hands behind your buttocks, maybe a few hand length away. You can be on fingertips. We're just going to help our chest to open a little bit more So see if you can really move the chest forward here, draw the shoulders back, imagining that there is an orange in between the shoulder blades that you're squeezing. So really squeezing the shoulder blades together, lifting the heart, maybe even lifting the gaze and the chin, if that's comfortable for your neck, and really just breathing into this openness here created in the front of the body. Several more rounds of these three-part yogic breaths. One more. And then gently move the hands forward again. Allow them to rest on your knees or your thighs. We're just going to bring our hands and just let them rest to the outside, sort of around the ankle of, or the lower leg of the foot that's in front. And we're just going to do a few seated cat and cows in this position. So on an in-breath, we're going to stretch our chest forward and up, lift the gaze. And then as you exhale, round the spine, just like a cat, coming into your cat stretch. Inhale, open, stretch the chin and the chest open. And then exhale, come back into your cat stretch. And you can go a little bit faster, maybe engaging a fire breath here in and out of the nose with sound to really awaken your spine for the practice. So it's going to sound a little bit like this. And if you don't feel comfortable making the sound, that's perfectly fine. Just move your spine. Maybe even a little bit faster towards the end. And then inhale, holding the breath in at the top of the in-breath. Hold, hold, hold. Feel the energy building in the body as you're opening, as you're holding the breath, maybe feeling heat rising into the body. Hold, hold, hold. And then exhale, just release. Release all the air out. We're going to lace our hands together in front of the chest area, perhaps, or in between the chest and the belly, and the palms face in towards ourselves. And then actually, let's do that without the lacing. We're just going to have the palms facing up in front of our belly. And then on an in-breath, we're going to lift the palms up to the height of the heart. And as you exhale, turn the palms over to face the sky and then lift your arms overhead, maybe gazing upwards here. Inhaling slowly back down towards the heart center. Exhale, palm turns over so the palms are up and releasing down towards the belly. Inhaling up towards the chest, and then exhale, palms turn up as you come up overhead on the out breath. Inhaling back towards the chest, turn the palms, exhaling down towards the belly. And as you continue to breathe in this way and move in this way, if you feel comfortable, maybe even close your eyes, or if you're feeling a little sleepy, just keep your eyes open and maybe just let the eyes follow the movement of the hands up and down with your breath. We'll just continue this flow a few more rounds, appreciating this opening through the front torso, the chest and the arms on the inhale, and appreciating the relaxation as you slowly come back down. So really making this a mindful movement where you're really staying tuned in to how the body, the upper body, is moving in this flow. One more inhale. And then exhale. Have your palms facing up again, maybe the hands a little bit in front of the body, sort of maybe parallel to the knees. And then we're going to make a fist with the right hand. The thumb is up. And then as you press the left palm forward, you're going to draw the right elbow back and really feeling a nice side stretch here. You're going to hold this breath for several rounds. Breathing open the right side of the body and feeling a nice stretch in the right wrist. A few more breaths. And then inhale back to the starting position in front of the body with the palms up. We're going to make a fist with the left hand, left thumb up. And then the right hand stretches forward with the palm facing away from the body as you draw your left elbow back. And really appreciating the stretch through both of the side bodies here. And just breathing into the shape that you have created with your body here. Deep three-part yogic breaths in and out. See if you can stay with the breath and not let the attention wander away into past or future thinking. Just being present here to your body and your breath. And then release, coming back to the starting position, relaxing the hands down onto the hand and onto the knees or the thigh. We're going to stretch our legs out from here. I'm just coming into a twist. This time, we're just going to actually bring the right foot in and find ourselves on the sole of our feet. We're not going to go across, so we're going to stay on the same side. And then we're just going to lace the left arm around the front knee that's close to us. We're going to reach our right arm up into the sky. And for a moment, just feel that opening here in the chest, breathing all the way up into the right fingertips. Keeping that nice length. Now we're going to breathe in one more time, really deeply lifting the spine, lifting the heart. And then as you exhale, move your right hand right behind your buttock in back of you. Take a nice deep in-breath here, and then keep hooking that left arm around the right knee. And just let your gaze turn over to the space behind you on the left side. Taking several deep three-part yogic breaths here. Lengthening the spine on the inhale. Squeezing the belly button in towards the spine to release any stale air from the body. One more in-breath here. And then exhale, slowly release out of the arm position. Bring the torso back forward. We're going to draw the left foot in closer. So the feet are probably about a length width ahead of our upper body here. And then you can bring your hands behind you. Well, actually, you might need to use your hands to move into this position. But what we're going to do is we're going to take the right foot and place it right on top of the left knee. Flex your right foot in towards the knee. And then we're going to place our hands behind us, maybe about a hand length apart, away from the buttocks, maybe the fingers facing forward. And then really press down into your left foot. And when you feel ready, or if you're ready, you can also make this your posture, keeping the chest open. But if you want to go deeply, we're going to lift our buttocks off the ground and really press into the left foot. Press the right knee down as best as you can. And even if you just lift your buttocks a tiny bit, but if you can, that's perfectly fine. Just keep your chest open. If you've come up, relax your head back, and then just breathe into this whole pose. Send your breath into all the places that this body now has formed into a shape. Deep and full breath. Really pressing the palms of the hands down so that the elbows can stay straight. Drawing the shoulders back as best as you can so your heart center can stay lifted. 2 more breaths here. And then exhale very slowly, come back down. Stretch your legs out again in front of you. Lift your arms up overhead, gazing up. And then exhale, come into a forward fold, releasing the arms either side of the lower legs, the ankles. If you feel called, you can hold onto your feet. Whatever hand position allows you to best, really relax the arms, relax the shoulders. And just breathing up and down the spine here. Forward folds are always a wonderful opportunity to really turn your gaze inwards into your own being. It's like coming home to your true home inside the body. And just creating space there more and more with your breath inside your home, so that you can more easily familiarize yourself with all the spaces within. On your next in-breath, lift the torso, lift the arms up high, overhead, gazing up. And then exhale, bring the palms together and slowly draw the hands back down the midline to the heart center. Take a moment here to fold your hands over the heart and just doing a little check-in. How is my heart in this moment? Is there a heaviness, a lightness? What's the temperature? What else do you notice about your heart in this moment? Maybe there's a feeling present. And just as we would invite in a visitor, all of our feelings are visitors to our body. So just allow the feeling to be there as long as it needs to. All the visitors will eventually move on, but for now, this is here. So just welcoming what's here. And then you can relax the arms down again. This time we're going to draw the left knee in so that the sole of the left foot can be on the ground, maybe about parallel to the right knee. And then actually let's hook our right elbow in front of the left knee. And then we're going to open the left arm up towards the sky. If it's easier for you to stretch your heart center more open, you can just have your hands hook around, your right hand hooked in front of the left knee. That allows you to draw your spine a little bit taller and just enjoy this length that you have created with the body for a moment, for a few breaths. Breathing deeply in and out. So you don't have to actually face over to the side. You can still face forward. And just breathing up and down the spine here for a moment. Maybe imagining that you're sending the breath all the way into the left fingertips and back down to the heart on the exhale. One more deep in breath. And then exhale, you can bring your left hand right behind you, behind your sit bone. Maybe now hooking the right elbow around the front knee. Inhaling up, breathing the spine tall one more time. And then exhale, you can let your head turn over to the left side, all the way gazing behind you, or having your eyes closed as you move into the twist. Breathing the spine long with each inhale. And then squeezing the belly button in with the exhale, drawing out all the stale air. Two more breaths here. On the next inhale, you can turn your torso back to the center, release the hands. We're going to come into that same heart opener from here. So we're going to draw the right foot in and place the right foot right on top of the left knee, flexing your foot in towards the right knee. And then place your hands behind you as you did before with the fingers facing forward. Place all your weight into your left foot now and press down as much as you can so that you can then lift your buttocks off the ground, or you can stay seated. Wherever you are, really have your chest open, your spine as long as you can. If you are up, if your buttocks are up, if your hips are up, see if it helps to just relax your head behind you like you're relaxing into a pillow. If that's uncomfortable to your neck, you can just have your gaze forward. Wherever you are, really feel your strength building in the body with this stretch. 3-part yogic breaths. One, last one. And then exhale. If you were up, slowly come back to a seated posture. I'm just going to take a moment to shake out the hands in front of the body, releasing any tension or pain that might have built up in the hands, maybe turning the wrists around in either direction a few times. And then bring the soles of the feet together. We're going to do a side stretch a little bit in a different way. You can have your feet forward away from the body if that feels more comfortable, to really relax your knees down a little bit more. And we're just going to place our right fingertips to the outside of the right side away from the body. And then again, lifting the left arm tall. As you exhale, just guide that arm over to the right side. Maybe you can just place your right hand down into the mat, coming into a side stretch in this way, relaxing the right shoulder, keeping your heart center lifted. Breathing up and down the left side of the body here. How much more could you release any tension from the hips and the knees in this position? Maybe you have to draw the feet forward away from the body a little bit more so you can relax a little bit more in through the legs. One more deep in breath. And then exhale, release your left arm back down. We're going to draw the left heel all the way in towards the body. Maybe move your left knee a little bit more towards the center. And then see if you can place your right leg, or rather your right knee, right over the left. It's called a cow facing pose. I can't actually do the full pose, so this might be it. It's maybe this is it from me, but if you want to go a little bit deeper and actually place your right knee right over the left, it might help to press your fingertips down by the side, lift your buttock off, and then draw that top knee over the lower knee a little bit more. It's a really deep hip stretch. You can have your fingertips resting on either side of the body. And just with each out breath in particular, really releasing tension here from the legs, from the hips as best as you can. It's a very deep hip opener. Wherever you are, please don't move into an area of pain. If it's a good stretch, that's great. But if it's painful in the knees, then please move yourself out of the position a little bit so that you're just feeling a good stretch. And how much more could you relax tension here from the shoulders, from the eyes and facial muscles? Just breathing. And then very slowly and gingerly release the legs, maybe stretching the legs all the way out, for shaking out the legs. And we're going to start again on the other side, coming back into our butterfly pose. And you can experiment as we come into the side stretch about where you would like to have your feet, so that allows you to get a little bit of relaxation through the hips and through the knees. You're going to stretch both arms up. And then exhale, just release your left fingertips down to the outside, away from the left buttocks. Keep your right arm up. And then as you exhale, press your left hand down into the mat, and then guide your right arm over to the left side as best as you can, keeping the buttocks connected, keeping the heart center lifted. The left shoulder can relax down. And just breathing here into the stretch. Each in-breath begins in the belly and lifts through the ribs all the way into the chest. And each exhale from the chest through the ribs back to the belly. One more deep in-breath. And then as you exhale, slowly release out of the pose in your own way. Just take a moment here to rest and feel the aliveness inside the body. However you experience that, maybe it's through the temperature, maybe there's a pressure that you're feeling somewhere, a tingling, a vibrating. It's all alive inside the body. The breath is an aliveness inside the body. And then if your eyes were closed, you can bring them back open, and we're going to draw the right heel all the way in close to the body. Take a moment to move your right knee more into the center as best as you can. And then again, we're going to try to hook the top knee over the bottom knee. But for some of us, that means we're just going to cross the top leg over the bottom leg. If you want to bring the top knee more sort of in alignment with the bottom knee, you might want to press the fingertips down, lift your buttocks up, and then move the knees more into alignment. Wherever you are, sit yourself back down and just really breathe into this deep hip opener, taking any arm position here that feels supportive of keeping the heart center open, and to really relaxing any tension, any tightness from the hips here. Feeling the breath moving in and out of the body as you deepen into your stretch. Three more breaths. And very gently come out of this leg position. Have your feet in front of you, probably about a little bit wider than hip width, the hands behind. And we're just going to let the legs fall from side to side to release any tension that might have been created in the hips in that deep opener that we just practiced. And then from here, we're going to actually come on to lie on our bellies. Do a couple of floor poses from here. So just really take your time to mindfully move into that position where you're lying face down. We're just going to start by making a pillow with our forearms and then just releasing the forehead into the pillow. Just really adjusting to this new posture where the whole body is stretched out on the mat. And just feeling as if the earth is just inviting you to deeply relax into her. And keeping this position with our arms and with our head, when the next in-breath comes, we're just going to reach that right leg up behind us as high as possible. We're going to hold the stretch. It's a really good stretch for the lower back if you're ever experiencing lower back pain. This is a very supportive stretch for the lower back. So we're going to keep that leg up and just support it with our breath a few more rounds. Exhale, release your right leg, maybe swaying the hips from side to side a moment, releasing any tension created on the right side. And then as you come back to stillness on the next in-breath, we're going to lift the leg off the ground, off the mat as best as possible. And as you keep this leg up and breathe into it, see if there's been tension created in other parts of the body and see if you can keep those parts relaxed, or invite them to relax a little bit more. Few more breaths here. Exhale, release the leg, release both legs, swaying the hips from side to side. As you come back to center with the next in-breath, lift both legs off the ground as best as you can in back of you. Maybe here in this stretch, you're feeling the two butt halves squeezing in towards the midline, and really feel the strength building in your legs as best as you can, keeping the legs off the ground. Two more breaths. And then exhale, release, just relax the legs, melt down into the mat. Letting the breath come back to its natural position, to its natural flow. And then you can let go of the arm position, draw the hands out of away from the forehead, place the forehead straight down into the mat, come out into cactus arms. And then on the next in-breath, we're going to lift both the arms and the legs off the ground. So it's going to look something like that. In-breath, the cactus arms lift, the legs lift, the chest is off the ground. Feel like you're drawing the shoulder blades together in back of you, and keep everything up as best as you can for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Lift a little bit higher with the legs and the arms, and then exhale, relax, bring the arms around, palms facing up. Turn your gaze or your head over to one side and just deeply release the weight of the body into the mat. Just relaxing the whole body. And then turning the head the other way. And the head back to center. We can be on chin here. Bring your hands under the shoulders. Slowly lift yourself up. Coming onto our hands and knees. When you get to the hands and knees, we're just going to flow through about 3 rounds of cat and cow, just to awaken the spine a bit more as we've come onto our hands and knees. Well, let's do 5. And then let yourself come back to stillness. Have your hands still right under the shoulders. You're going to stretch the right leg back. And here, really feel your heel pressing away from the body, pressing firmly into all 10 finger pads. The gaze can be down. And then we're going to draw our left arm forward into an alternate arm and leg balance. You can stay here, or if you want to challenge yourself more, you can reach your left hand back and hold on to the right ankle, and then really draw that foot up into your hands, lifting the heart center. You can turn over to the left to add a little bit of a twist. Wherever you are, we're just going to be in this alternate arm and leg balance for a little while longer, for a couple more breaths. One last in-breath. And then exhale, release out of the pose. Release the whole body into a child pose with the arms stretched overhead, no bend in the elbow. And if you can, relax the forehead into the ground. If it's more comfortable, you can bring your forearms down into the mat if that feels more relaxing at this point. Just listening to your body so you can really more fully enjoy this child pose. Imagining that the breath is traveling up and down the spine and back of you. As you inhale, we'll inhale back to our hands and knees. And just really feel your balance here as the 10 finger pads are pressing down into the mat. When you're ready, on an exhale, you can stretch your left leg back, pressing the left heel really away from the body, stretching out the whole left leg as best as you can behind you. And then if you did so on the other side, let the right arm come forward into an alternate arm and leg balance, pressing firmly into your left hand to keep the chest open. If you reached around with your right hand on the other side to hold on to your left foot, and then really draw that foot up so that your heart center lifts a little bit more. Maybe even turning the gaze over the right shoulder blade to add a little bit of a twist. Wherever you are, we're going to be here for 5, 4, 3, 2, and just relax. Let yourself sit down onto your heels into hero pose. And just enjoy a few moments of deep relaxation. And yes, if you feel like you want to come back into your child pose, that's perfect. If you want to sit cross-legged, whatever helps you to relax your body for a little while, just breathing. You can be on forearms with your legs stretched out in front of you, whatever serves your relaxation in this moment. And then from here, we're going to move up to standing. So perhaps placing the hands in front of you, maybe curling the toes under, and then lifting your legs to come up to standing. We're going to practice a sort of a different version of a balancing pose today. And I think I can be seen all right. So we're going to come towards the back of the mat. And we'll start here by having our feet as close together as possible so that there's really no space or much space between the feet. Maybe if you have a bunion like me, there's going to be a little bit of space in between feet. But if not, just have them really close together. You're going to see in a moment what hand position might serve you. It could be maybe just having the hands on our waist, but we're going to do a little walking meditation on our mat in a forward direction towards the front of the mat. So we're going to start by lifting the left foot, letting it move through the air, and then come down so that the left heel comes down right in front of the right toes. And then we're slowly going to lift the right foot. Feel it moving through the air. And as you step down, the right heel steps down right in front of the left toes. So we're going to keep our feet as closely connected as possible as you're moving towards the front of the mat. And you might have your arms out in an airplane mode, whatever serves your balance as you're gazing down onto the mat to help with your balance. So it's a little bit of a concentration practice as well to keep your balance. When you get to the top of the mat, slowly turn your body over to one side so that you can start again. Really feel your body turning, slowly turning. And then find yourself again here at the front of the mat with the feet close together. We're going to complete one full round walking back. So again, lifting your left foot, feeling it stepping. And as you step down, the left heel right in front of the right toes. Continuing on the other side, really connecting with the lifting, the stepping, lifting, moving, stepping. And as you come again towards the front of the mat or the back of the mat, whatever you want to call it, take a moment to turn the body, turning. We're going to scoot our feet back to the center of the mat from here. And maybe towards the back of the mat a little bit so that there's room in the front. Have your feet close together still. And we're going to step our right foot right in front of the left, kind of like we did as we were walking. We're going to come into eagle arms, so our right elbow underneath the left. Keep your feet together. Hook your hands together if you can. And then sink down as much down into the knees as you can so that you're imagining that your buttocks is being released into an imaginary stool behind you. You're going to keep that modified eagle pose. That's most definitely also a balancing pose. If you want to go deeper, you can hook your left knee over the right as well to come into the full version of eagle pose. Keep your chest up high and just breathe into the pose. Deep and full breaths. And if you come out of the pose, that's just fine. Just gently find your way back in the best way possible. Maybe even putting a half smile on the face to ease any tension in the body. Just practicing our concentration in this balancing pose. One more deep in breath. And then exhale, release the arm, release the foot, maybe taking a moment to shake out the legs. Maybe a sound wants to be released. And then we'll bring our feet back together towards the back of the mat. Maybe just take a moment here in a mountain pose with the palms facing forward. If you're closing your eyes, that in itself is a challenge to your balance. Just allow the nervous system to relax once again if it felt challenged in the pose before. And then relax the arms, bring your hands to your hips or your waist. Find a spot on your mat in front of you to help with your balance. We're going to slowly bring our left foot in front of the right. Take a moment here to regain your balance. And then this time we're going to take eagle arms on the other side. So left elbow in front of the right or on top of the right, and then hooking the hands together. You can stay in your modified eagle by just bending more deeply into the knees, releasing the buttocks down into an imaginary stool behind you. Keep your chest lifted. And if you want to take the full eagle, you can wrap your left foot on top of your right foot on top of the left, and then sink down in your stool again. Make sure the arms stay up sort of the height of the chest. Keep your chest open, your shoulders relaxed, and breathe fully into the eagle pose, whatever version you've taken. Maybe bringing that half smile back onto the face to help release any tension from the body, from the muscles. One more deep in-breath here. And then exhale, release the arm, release the legs, feet still together, taking our mountain pose again. Closing the eyes if that's possible. And then make your way onto your backs, please. Have enough space in the front so you can stretch your leg out in a moment, but we're just going to hug the knees into the chest when you get here. We're going to hold on to our left knee, so we're going to lace the hands in front of the left knee so we can stretch the right leg all the way out. If you want to go deeper, you can lift your left foot and straighten the left leg, lacing your hands behind the left leg. Just breathing all the way up to the left foot. And then we'll just hold on to the left leg with our right hand and release the left arm out to the side. Keep your legs straight. And then take your right hand and place it to the outside of the left knee. And slowly guide your straight leg over to the right side as best as you can. Let your shoulders relax. Turn your head over to the left. Imagining that you're breathing up and down your left leg. Inhale back to center. We're going to hug our right knee in and stretch the left leg all the way out on the ground, on the mat. Hugging that right knee in as best as you can towards the chest to get a really nice stretch here. And then we're going to lift the left leg off the ground, the sole of the right foot towards the ceiling, hands laced behind the right thigh. Relaxing the shoulders here and imagining that you're really pressing that right heel up towards the ceiling as you're stretching your left heel away from the body. And then keep that same hand position with your left hand and relax your right arm out to the side onto the ground. We're going to take our left hand and place it to the outside of the right knee and then gently guide the right leg over to the left, very slowly and mindfully. You can turn your head over to the right side this time and just enjoy this final twist of the practice. As you're ready, bring your leg back. Hug your knees, both knees into the chest one final time. And as you feel ready, you can release into your final resting pose. Maybe having the soles of the feet planted on the ground or stretching the legs all the way out on the mat, whatever feels supportive of your final resting pose. If you want to keep one palm of the hand on your heart center, that's great. If you want to stay connected to your heart, to your feelings, it's not necessary, but it's just a gesture of support that your mind and body are together here at the heart center. So wherever you are, just enjoying these precious moments of relaxation at the end of our practice. Relaxing the body all the way from the crown of the head down to the feet. Just inviting a sense of relaxation throughout the whole body. And the breath can be natural, just flowing in and out on its own. Maybe keeping a soft awareness on the breath as you're deepening into your relaxation and just giving yourself this gift of being perfectly at ease and giving your body the gift of staying fully connected and intimate with it in these next moments, these next breaths. And if your hand is not already resting on the heart, take both of your hands and fold the palms of the hands over your heart center. Feeling the gentle in-breath and out-breath in the palm of your hands. And if you feel comfortable, you can silently say these words to yourself as if to drop them into your heart center. May I be happy. May I be healthy. May I be peaceful. May I be safe. And begin to deepen your breath again. You can take whatever arm position. When you're ready, you can hug your knees into your chest wherever you are. Gently rock from side to side. As you rock back to center, bring your hands together, your feet together, and rubbing them swiftly together, bringing some energy back into the body. And then let yourself come over to one side into a fetal position. Taking these final precious moments on the ground just as a check-in. How do you feel in this moment? As you're ready, press one hand back into the mat. Let yourself come up into a seated position. Just for our final moments together. And just so wishing for all of you, for all of us, may we be happy, may we be healthy, may we be peaceful, may we be safe. Thank you for this time of your deep practice. I hope you will enjoy the rest of your afternoon. Thank you so much for coming today. Namaste.